here today to make my very first ever paleo dish. Like, specifically paleo. Like, I thought to myself, I'm gonna make this paleo. Like, nothing but paleo. So I have in the past avoided grains, but not necessarily dairy, because let's face it, it's delicious. Okay, so we're just gonna slice up these bell peppers really quick. I just rock right through them with my knife. Nothing too fancy. Next, slice onion, as much as you feel like having in your food. I plan on sauteing it with my chicken. Make room for your next item, which will be an avocado. And then that's a Kamado tomato. Recently found this, pre-soaked, check it out. And we're gonna wedge it. All right, now we got a lime. You have to abuse it to get the lime out, the good juice inside. Squeeze it with your fingers, press your fingers into it. If your hands are sensitive, use a mallet. That works good too. Okay, so we've got all this stuff pretty much chopped up. It was really quick and easy. Now I'm gonna go and start cooking some stuff up. So, I recently got a bunch of chicken from the grocery store. Yep, smells good. And I took 4 breasts and I just sliced them up ahead of time and I've just been like eating out of this container. It's been very handy. I highly recommend this. I used to like bake off a bunch of chicken and chop it up and then stick it in my fridge, but it just got kind of dry and yucky. And I didn't really like it that much. And you know, it's funny because most of the restaurants I've ever worked in, they do that. Just why? It's gross. You know? So anyway, I have delicious chicken, way more than I would eat. I'm just gonna pull out like some of this. So let's go ahead and get everything turned on. Still have some left. I just picked up a new bottle of olive oil. Lauren Cordain, PhD of the Paleo diet, recommends that you only use cold-pressed extra virgin olive oil for your oils. That's it. He says you can use avocado oil, but that's really hard to find. I have never seen avocado oil. And I don't think that's something you would cook with. I think you would only put that like on a salad. I don't think it would have a high enough smoking point to saute. So anyway, got some olive oil here in my handy dandy olive jar. And I'm just waiting for my pan to get hot so that I can make my chicken. I'm thinking, because I've got like, you know, the avocado and some lime that I mashed up really good as I showed you. Hopefully, I did all the prep shots in front of this tiny piece of crap mini flip camera. I'm trying very hard. I actually have studied video and I have made films, so I'm no stranger to this art, but it's really rough when all you have is a MacBook and a tiny mini flip. It's kind of bullshit. But anyway, I'm thinking this South African smoke might be fun to put on my chicken. Now, as I mentioned in my blog and on Food Fuels Fitness, that the paleo diet also recommends against salt, which I'm not ready to give up. Like, I'm on board with the grains and the dairy, which are going to be very, very difficult, but I am not on board with eliminating all salt from my diet. I don't eat that much added salt, and I feel like eliminating all processed food from my diet and eating only whole food, what little salt I add as a professional ex-chef is okay. I'm gonna be fine with that. JQ Public, if you're not okay with that, sorry. So anyway, pan is looking pretty hot. All right. So one thing I wanted to show you is I cut my chicken kind of scalpini style. So if you take your breast and just put your knife at an angle and like that, you're going to get these nice pieces. They saute up really nice. really nice. Highly recommend. All right. Okay, so I do use cooking utensils. I don't just flip my pan. I like to kind of check to make sure that stuff's browning right and whatnot, and I might not necessarily want to flip all the contents at once. As you get used to flipping, you'll know when your happy flipping moment is. So just play with it and figure it out. I feel pretty good about doing some flipping and tossies. So now I can flip with either hand, but I've been practicing for years. So with your most dominant hand, which will probably be your right hand, you're going to pick up the pan off the heat. Ooh, that looks kind of cool in the camera. So I like to shake and make sure that all the food is loose in the pan, all right? And then it's just kind of a rocking motion like this. It's almost like dancing with your food. So you just go, ooh. Oh, I was looking at the camera and not at the thing. I didn't smell. That was awesome. All right. So usually I look at the food as I'm flipping it. And as you get more practice, you can go up higher and higher, especially if you have more stuff in your pan. If you've never flipped before, you're going to get food everywhere. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Everyone does it. You can do little flips. Little flips are good. You can do bigger flips. This chicken is not. Sometimes the food dictates how high it's going to go. You just got to feel it out. So I'm just cooking that up. Now this is supposed to have South African smoke. The only thing in it is paprika, sea salt, and garlic and basil. What's smoky? It smells smoky, but I don't know what's smoky about it unless it's like the paprika smoke. I don't know. Trader Joe's did not tell me how the smoking process happened. Okay, so I really like my chicken well done, as most people who don't want to contract salmonella. So that's looking pretty good. If you poke it, you can feel that there's firm proteins. Don't be scared. Poke, poke. Now I kind of want to cook my onion, so I'm going to throw that in here. And then what I have my spoon for is breaking up the onion and mixing it up, and then I'll flip it more. I kind of wait to break up food in the pan because I don't feel like fondling it on my cutting board to break it all up, and it keeps my hands cleaner. And that's probably a product of me being a pro for many years. The dirtier your hands get, the more you have to wash them or wipe them on yourself. And don't kid yourself if you think that chefs are constantly washing their hands. Generally speaking, they wash their hands a lot, but I cannot even tell you how many times the hand just goes or on the apron. It happens. We're really busy and you want your food fast. So that's the way it works. All right. Okay, so that's pretty much done. So, what I didn't explicitly show you is that I have some shredded carrot and some pre-washed kale that I picked up at my favorite food store that I mention all the time. So one less plug for them today. So I'm going to hunt down a plate, I'm going to plate it up, and I'm going to show you. Hello. So my food is done. This sucks. I really need to buy a camera. So I got my avocado, which I zested part of my lime with my microplane and put the zest on top of there with some pepper. Yum. And here's the little tomatoes that I had cut earlier, and my bell peppers and carrot, and the chicken that I made with the onions. I charred it really good. I love a little bit of burnt on my onion. And then I got my kale and stuff. And for a dressing, I just use a squeeze of lime, a quarter of a lime. because that's paleo. That's apparent. Cavemen, they apparently had limes. So anyway, it's going to be delicious. I'm pretty sure of it. Here, taste test. Let's try a chunk of this chicken. Mm-hmm. It's pretty good. I dig it. Oh, ooh. I gotta try my new type of tomato. Chew. Okay. Kumato. Look how green that is. Now, I normally like green tomatoes, but I usually cook them. Yum. Little big of a bite, though, to be taking on TV. That is yummy. I was expecting it to be tart. Not at all. Sweet and delicious. The skin's pretty delicate, though it felt firm when I was cutting it. It's really good. Yum. I'm pleasantly surprised. Digging it. All right, well, I'm going to go finish the rest of my food. Have a good one, and we'll see you next time, making yet another paleo dish.